What's up, everybody? Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein. Today is August 24th, 2022. I don't have any action on today's show. I'm just going to talk a little shit. A couple of things that caught my eye earlier. But I let a video go earlier today. My annual sports betting one-on-one show. I forgot some stuff out of it. And usual co-host of that show, he wasn't there. He was a little salty about it. So we're not going to redo it, but there'll be a part 2 of it on next week. All right. But like I said, right now I want to talk about some more sanctified and stuff and kids. Off top, I don't know what the fuck going on with you black preachers lately, but y'all been on some bullshit. Faith and nope. There's always the extramarital affairs, from preachers and just people in general. But like y'all out here dissing your congregations, calling them broke and ugly and shit like that. Like, what the fuck's that about? Like, what kind of preacher does that? Even makes that type of judgment to call somebody ugly and broke, pocket watching. A preacher, really? Then you got the one dude up in New York who got his congregants robbed because he, that it was at $400,000 and from on, and there's a like a YouTube theory that was set up because, he's in several pictures after it with the same ring that supposedly got taken on that day. So you got that going on too. All right. I need y'all to chill with all the bullshit, preachers. You know what I'm saying? And then main thing I want to talk about today, though, is y'all done made the Little World Series woke. The Little League World Series on some woke. Y'all done, the woke people done trying to, what's the word? Overtake it. Whatever. But yeah, y'all, if you don't know, like over the weekend, or maybe even early, it was early over the weekend, I believe the team from the U.S. is from Iowa. There's one little black boy on there, and the camera caught kids putting on a hat with cotton, some type of headwear with cotton on it, putting cotton balls on it. The little boy didn't, I admit, the little boy didn't look, he looked kind of upset. He didn't look real happy to be doing that. But who knows why that was. But I instantly was like, sports, it's a different animal. Sports is a subculture, I instantly thought that, like, okay, what's going on here? But yeah, like I said, sports is a subculture, so I wasn't really tripping. And I wasn't tripping that the kids' parents, the black kids' parents didn't say anything about it. I didn't take any, credence to that because I've seen plenty of young black ball players on some Arnold Jackson, Mr. Drummond shit. They foster kids of white parents, and they're in baseball. I see that all the time. I'm an umpire. You see it all the time. But something just felt weird about it to me. So I kept digging and found out, well, not only was it not a racial event, the white kids were doing it too. Turns out that the team was kind of saluting, paying homage to the kid from Hawaii who's got a streak of white in his mohawk. And he's like been the breakout star of the Little League World Series. If you don't know, the Little League World Series is 6th grade kids. 6th grade kids, 12U, which means they can't turn 13 before, I believe, July 1st of that year. 6th graders, just out doing shit. I mean, if you've ever been on a baseball trip with your teammates, on the base, whether it was, high school summer league ball or, minor league and pro, it's going to be some shenanigans with baseball players. Grab assing. I mean, Jim Rome used to always say that. One thing's for sure, two things are certain. Baseball players are going to grab ass. Just hijinks and shenanigans. That happens in baseball. I mean, hell, just 2015, the Major League Baseball, the Cubs, I believe they won the World Series that year. It was a 15 or 16, whatever it was. When they won the World Series, they dick bumping after good plays in the dugout. They raised their legs up and they cups would touch. It was like, ugh. You see what I'm saying? Baseball players do hijinks. That's part of the game. It's just a different game. Shenanigans like that. See if the ball boy could drink a gallon of milk in a half hour. Shenanigans like that. And that's what this was, apparently. But the woke people, and see, I knew it was on some bullshit when certain celebrities started putting it on Instagram and everything, social media, certain celebrities that I ain't gonna even mention, they just whack to me. But when certain people get involved in certain woke acts, I kind of take a second look at it, because I don't trust this person. Everything, you try to be woke. It was several people actually, but yeah, everything, like these are, every damn sixth grader in the country is allowed 5 minutes of fuckery, bull crap, bullshit, just having a good time being a sixth grade boy, a 12-year-old boy. That's what that was. There wasn't no malicious intent behind it, and then you had to think the kids are probably, for the most of them were probably oblivious to it, the act of it, of what it looks like on TV, the aesthetic, whether they knew the actual meaning of it, of what the woke people were saying it was. Yeah, whether they know that or not, I doubt that, because they're 12. They've heard about slavery and whatnot, but they probably wasn't aware of the aesthetic. And plus, they, like I said, all the kids did it, so they wasn't thinking they were just singling out the black kid. Okay, so yeah, it's just like, calm down, let these kids play. Y'all done ruined their summer. The Little League World Series is nothing but basically a preschool field trip. Most of those kids hadn't already started school for the year, and they're missing school time, instruction time, because they're out there in Eastern Pennsylvania, right? They're out in Eastern Pennsylvania doing whatever, in the thing. So, chill the fuck out, y'all. They were just little kids. They their parents should know, yeah. But again, I told you, it was they were paying homage to another kid on another team. Little League World Series officials, they reached out and put out a press statement, said it was not done with any we don't deal with that. It was not done with any malice, and they kind of explained it. It's like, yeah, these are just kids. They were just, saluting the breakout star of the World Series, that kid from Hawaii. So, but like I've always told you, sweeping generalities about sports sweeping generalities about society don't wholly lend themselves to sports. With sports, there's always nuance, and there's always going to be a little bit of racial in sports anyway. I mean, that's just natural. It's just, it's competition. Even though this wasn't, like I said, these were just teammates, but I mean, hell, if you a black kid and played baseball on a predominantly white team, somebody, wanted to know if you could rap. I grew up back in the day, I remember some white kids I knew that played on another more white team. They said they were asking them, they thought that rap was all beatboxing. And they had to explain to them, no, it wasn't that. These were white dudes explaining that to white people. So, there's, if you remember a couple years ago in college tennis, black kid from some school said some white kid taunted him, saying that, at least I know my dad or something like that. Black, made a little stir on social media. It was like, really? I can't believe this black kid, complain like that. Like, it's gonna be some trash talking here. That's all he's doing. He's trying to get up under your skin, and apparently it worked. Press that right button. Race is always a button to press, but the woke people tried it too much on this one, and it backfired. And I haven't heard or seen any apologies to those kids yet, but yeah. And they played yesterday, Iowa. I don't know if they won or not, but that's all I got here. It's, a little longer than I thought it would be. 10 minutes. That's enough for you. But yeah, check the podcast. You know how to like, subscribe, and all that, and on this video. And like I said, the second part of the college football kickoff show will be next week. All right. Until then, y'all stay safe. Peace.